Hey everybody, Keenan Gray here from DyeStat.com, bringing you another DyeStat Shorts as part of our On the Run to NXN series as we're gearing up for another Nike Cross Regional. This time we're heading out to Terre Haute, Indiana for Nike Cross Regional Midwest at Laverne Gibson Championship Cross Country course, and one of the athletes looking to see if she can secure a spot to Nike Cross Nationals this year is a breakout star in Natasza Dudek from Ann Arbor Pioneer in Michigan. A remarkable season coming off one of the best runs ever. I should say, actually, not even one of the best, the best run ever at the Michigan State Championships. Broke Rachel Forsyth's state championship record and just looking to see if she can punch her ticket to her first Nike Cross Nationals. Natasza, first of all, really appreciate you hopping on here. Give me a sense of what that day was like at the Michigan State Championships. Of course, I was going through many articles, and a lot of people were calling that record unbreakable. How are you managed to break Rachel Forsyth's state championship record?
Well, it was a huge surprise to me actually. Just going into the race, I feel like I wanted to race smart. I wasn't really thinking about any particular time, but every mile I just wanted to give it everything I got, and then it ended up being a PR, and I broke the record. So that was fun.
Was there even a particular time in mind that you were shooting for? I know it's a state championship, and of course, in cross country, time is irrelevant. It's whoever gets across that line first.
Yeah, well, before the meet, my PR was 16:11, so obviously every race you would love to PR, but I didn't have a certain time in mind. I just really wanted to give it everything I got, and luckily I could dip under that again.
To give people context, she ran 16:09.5. Of course, everyone knows Rachel Forsyth as one of the all-time greats in the state of Michigan. Rachel's time, I believe, was 16:28.5, which if you do the math, you shaved off 19 seconds what Rachel ran her senior season. Have you been able to kind of like go back and process the race and kind of break it down in terms of like, did I go out harder than Rachel did? Did Rachel, do something a little bit different than I did? What about those races where you maybe see some similarities and differences?
Yeah, well, I know that when Rachel was running the state meet, the state meet would just go out very, very fast, and I feel like
Mm.
that's the case every year, but um, I feel like just wanted to focus on not settling during the race. Like after the first mile, I feel like it's important to just keep in mind to really push that second half or second mile, and then really just push up those hills and yeah, keep the momentum going.
I always ask athletes, especially when they, have those big breakthrough races, and you've had a lot of them this season, when you run that fast, does it feel hard, or does it just feel like in the moment, this is easy, but I'm just going really fast right now?
Well, if I feel like if you run around a certain time a couple of times, you kind of get used to that pace, but obviously that is still a very fast pace, so I'm definitely like pushing my limits to be able to run this fast, but yeah, I know many girls just really give it all they got to to run that fast.
You have a very familiar last name. You have come from a family that has a lot of great runners. Of course, your sister was a standout also at Ann Arbor Pioneer, went on to have a great career at Stanford. What's it like growing up in a family of runners and, kind of learning from, whether it's your parents, your sister, just all the, there's so much talent there that you can learn from.
Yeah, well, I feel like I definitely look up to my community and my family that I have around, and they always give me tips and tell me how I can improve in my races, what I should do better, and things like that. But yeah, I feel like I just admire Zofia and everything. She really set a good role model for me, so I always try to live up to that.
What do you remember the most about her racing in high school?
I feel like the most more important thing that I remember about her racing is that she would never give up. She was always pushing and giving every single ounce of energy that she has, and she would always just believe in herself and know that she has the race under control and she can push and win if she wants to.
So how have you kind of taken lessons from her and, incorporate that into your own type of racing?
Yeah, so like I said, I feel like not settling is a really big part because with her determination and everything and seeing how she races, she always just gives it everything and I really want to do the same. Like I really want to like focus on um keeping the fast momentum all throughout the race.
Yeah. 10 races, 10 wins so far this year. I mean, how have you continued to, dominate these races, continue to, run these fast times? And, for a lot of girls in the high school season, it's hard for them to break 17 minutes. You've done that 7 of the 10 times this season. So how have you been, continuing to maintain that consistency throughout these races?
So basically I mean, my workouts and everything, my coaches and my teammates, we just want to stay consistent with our work and I feel like that consistency really like then shows your outcomes and everything. So it for me, it didn't really matter how important the race was. I just wanted to get out there, give it everything I got um and really stay in those fast times ranges.
Yeah. Which race this year did you feel like you took the next step as far as training and, you know, getting into the conversation of being a nationally level type runner?
I mean, obviously the state meet was a special meet. I feel like that really was a great race. I had a lot to learn from it, and I'm really proud of my teammates as well for what they did. But I really enjoyed running at Otsego this year. I feel like that course is a very fast course, and it always gives you confidence and motivation, and shows you that you can run fast.
Hmm. You've had, a lot of training over the last year. I mean, you've taken big steps. I mean, you opened up last year as a freshman 18:22. This year you're running 17:05 begin the year, and then of course you finished off at NXR Midwest 17:26. What for you have you done for yourself to get you where you're at right now?
I feel like definitely focusing on my health and everything, like trying to not get sick as much as I can, and then really just staying consistent and kind of keeping the pressure low is really important because it's kind of easy to get either overstimulated or stressed when these big needs come up. But it's important to just keep it low and just take it 1 week at a time.
You kind of just lower your head and kind of just like ignore the outside noise and just like focus in on your own self and just worry about your own self.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has that, helped you as an athlete progress in your racing?
So I feel like you said, keeping my head down helps me be focused just on team goals and really pushing and racing and competing every race. So I feel like yeah, it really helps me stay kind of in the racing zone.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about, the program itself, Ann Arbor Pioneer is, before we even started this call, I wanted to know a little bit more about, obviously your sister had her success, Rachel had her success, Rachel's older sister Sarah had her success. What is it about this program in Ann Arbor that continues to develop athletes not only at the state level, but at the national level too?
I feel like our coaches in general, they just put a lot of time and energy into analyzing our workouts and really applying everything to each individual person, and they really they're really consistent with what they do. They're really intentional with what they do. So I feel like they always find the right workout for the right meet to prepare us and support us a lot.
So how have your coaches prepared you for this upcoming weekend at Laverne Gibson, knowing that there is a national championship spot on the line to qualify for Nike Cross Nationals?
Well, definitely we're still just running and everything. But it's also important to not like crazy overwork yourself before these meets because obviously we don't want to go into them feeling exhausted, tired, or sore, or yeah, things like that. So obviously just trying to stay consistent with everything we've been doing, and yeah, a couple of those faster pace workouts always come in handy to kind of get us in the racing mode as well.
Yeah. What excites you the most about this time of year in terms of championship racing? It's in some cases win or go home, like that type of, pressure.
I feel like it's always a really good opportunity to run at these kind of races because you can learn a lot from them, and they're always really dependent on if you can attack the whole way. And I feel like that's really exciting, but also like motivating. You really have to give it everything you got in these races because time doesn't matter. It's all about place, and every single race can unfold differently. You can't really project anything.
Yeah. You look at last year's result when last time you were at Laverne Gibson, you finished eighth in this region, just a couple spots shy of earning that individual spot to Nike Cross Nationals. What do you remember about that race, and what lessons do you take from that race that you can use going into this weekend's meet?
Definitely not giving up. I remember that course is just all about being tough all the way through, and then you have that long straight away to finish. So you definitely have to just keep on fighting all the way through because you never know how the spots will end up in the end. I, the spots shifted a lot during the race, and I feel like if I didn't give it everything I got, if I didn't attack so much, then I could have placed lower.
Yeah. Well, now that you know what that course is like and you have experience on that, how much more confident are you going into this race, knowing that, all right, I've done this before. This is nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just going to go out there and do what Natasha does, which is try to run as fast as I can.
Yeah, that's definitely the mindset, just to see how everything unfolds, and knowing that the race normally goes out fast. Just stick with the people, um, and really fight your way through, and hope that it pays off.
What would it mean to qualify for Nike Cross Nationals in just your second year of high school running?
Oh, I mean, it would mean the world to me. I feel like that is just something that is so hard to do and so um, cool to accomplish that I feel like if I were to be able to qualify, it would be an amazing feeling, and I'd be very happy.
Well, the last time an Ann Arbor Pioneer athlete won the NXR Midwest race was a record-breaking performance by, of course, Rachel at this meet. So, how confident are you that I'm sure that time is on your mind, but the goal is to win. But how confident that you are in your fitness, in your ability to race, that you can try to pressure that course record time and put yourself onto another list of all time performances.
Um, yeah, like I said, I mean, that's not something I thought about before, but yeah, I feel like if I were to give it just everything I got, then um, that would be like a crazier cool thing to do. But yeah, definitely just seeing how the race unfolds because it can just go so differently, and yeah, that's just how things happen in these big races. Can't really um foreshadow what can happen.
I like that answer. It's kind of a trick question, and I wanted to see if I can get an answer out of you, but it seems like you're locked in on just winning, and that's what's most importantly. Also, there's a chance for Kamari Ronfeld to also get a win on the boys' side. So we could potentially see a sweep this weekend from two Ann Arbor Pioneer athletes. So, Natasha, I really appreciate your time hopping on here on our series of On the Run to Nike Cross Nationals. Good luck this weekend. Wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully we get to see you in Portland in December.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to come on here today.